Hi, my name is Jessica Knox. I'm co-owner of Backatown Coffee Parlour with my husband Alonzo Knox. We're located at 301 Basin Street. It's Suite 1 in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Can you tell us how you all came up with the name Backatown?
Yes, we took a while to come up with the name Backatown. Backatown has significance in almost every community. A lot of people in different areas, mainly the black community, is that you weren't able to really go downtown. You couldn't go uptown as much, and so a lot of where you lived and where you shopped was in the back of the actual town, so it was Backatown. And so New Orleans had some areas that were called Backatown. A lot of people have disagreements on where Backatown is. This was called Backatown, but some people believe there's a Backatown in the Ninth Ward. Then you have some natives who believe Backatown was back of Uptown. And so we realized that Backatown just had significance for a lot of us, and that we couldn't shop in the actual downtown type areas. And so this is where you can come Backatown.
Can you tell us what made you all want to open a coffee parlor?
Well, first of all, we felt like that it was a needed service in our community. We like coffee. I really like tea. And we just thought it would be something great for the community to come and gather as well. We not only do coffee and tea, we also do pastries like sweet potato pie as well as sandwiches. So we just thought it would bring the community together, and that's what we wanted to do.
As an entrepreneur, so you talked about this being a place where entrepreneurs can come and brainstorm and have great moments. So as an entrepreneur, what types of challenges have you all had to overcome in opening up this coffee parlor? If you could share that with us.
Challenges that we had to overcome. Well, first, in getting the place, we had to convince landlords that we're not trying to sell alcohol. We're just trying to do coffee, right? And bring the community together. We're not trying to pull the okie doke or anything. We really just wanted to be a community space, a good space where families can come. So yeah, that was a challenge. Funding can be a challenge for us because sometimes it doesn't matter if you have great credit. Sometimes funding is a struggle for African American entrepreneurs. I can speak for me at least. And I think that was a challenge, but we were able. It was a black loan group that actually was able to fund us here, so we were thankful for that. And then after that, I think just making sure we had the right staff, and we think we're in our second year, and we feel like we're getting in the groove of everything. So yeah.
So if you can, I mean, you don't have to, it's just up to you. Would you be willing to share the name of the Black Loan Group?
Sure. It was Newport Loan Company. It's a black-owned loan company. It helps a lot of African American businesses in the New Orleans area.
You got young and aspiring entrepreneurs, of color. They might be scared to jump out there, just fears holding them back naturally. What advice would you give someone like that? Even you talking to me now, because I'm not jumping in the entrepreneurial world, so what advice could you share?
What we've done, we rely on other entrepreneurs too to sort of help give us information. So that was important to us. Other things I guess that was important, we actually wrote down our plans, our business plan. Instead of just thinking, sometimes we think that's overrated, but writing it down, seeing what you want to do, thinking of your competitors, how you're going to be different, that was important. We also did a lot of sort of studying and research, and we almost went to nearly every coffee shop in the area. We looked at pricing, we looked at who their clientele was, so we knew our target audience. So I would just say you just got to do the homework first. And then if you have to work, like I work full time. If you have to work while doing the business, that's something you have to do. But get ready to, be very tired at the end of the day because you're working 2 jobs.
So you said you studied different coffee shops, and I really like the feng shui in here when you walk in.
Thank you.
So who decorated? Did you decorate?
I decorated. I was the one. I sort of dabble in interior design, so it took me a minute. I have the whole, I watch too much Home and Garden Channel, and so I had the whole blackboard, and I had my paint chips, I had everything, and so I knew what I wanted, even to the mural The artist that did it was from Yaya, Young Audiences. And we went through about 4 renditions of what I wanted, and then we finally got it.
It's really nice too.
Thank you.
And then also, we read on your About Us page some information about Bison Street, about this being a Basin.
Yes, Basin Street, yes.
So information about Basin. There was very limited information about Basin. Is there some additional background history you can provide on Basin Street and the significance of you all being located on Basin Street?
So Basin Street, it turns into Orleans Avenue, but it's a major corridor for sort of black neighborhoods. It's a corridor where it used to be Storyville, and those who know about Storyville, it was like a red light district. But it also had a lot of the black artists were coming up here, whether it was Louis Armstrong, things like that. So a lot of black artists were able to perform on Basin Street. And so you even have a Basin Street Records because of the significance of that street. So it's significant for us, it's significant for our community because it was not only just for musicians, it was entrepreneurs here, and it was where community could come and gather. So I'm glad that we're trying to bring that back.
That's good. So it's kind of like Greenwood Ave, you know, it was the original Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so we're trying to bring that back, you know, all over, not just in Tulsa. So we're trying to find
in every city,
those same businesses that existed then.
Yeah, we're coming.
How you get your coffee beans? Y'all got to go travel to Africa and taste them, see them yourself?
No, we do a local coffee company that brings in the beans from like Ethiopia, and then we have one in Mississippi, which is a black-owned coffee roaster called Bean Fruit. It's not that many black-owned coffee roasters in the nation. I think maybe 5. I'm not sure, but. It was important that we also do business locally and with black-owned companies.
Right on.
Yes. And he's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you so much for taking the time out your day, sitting with us, you know, sharing, giving a little jewels and gems and
advice
and telling us about your entrepreneurial journey. So thankful, and we wish you much more success. We hope that the restaurant don't get overpacked.
I hope not. And take your time, stay and enjoy.